and I'm going to show you a little bit this morning about grasses, ornamental grasses. There's many different kinds of ornamental grasses, and if you're thinking of putting any in your garden, the first thing that you should take care of or ask before you purchase it is it a clump forming, or is it one that runs? A lot of grasses run, and if they do, then they're going to get into everything in your garden. There's lots of really, really nice ones out there that are clump forming. So I dug up a few yesterday and one this morning to show you. And I have 3 different ones in my garden. I have a Carl Forster, I have one that's called Morning Light, and the other one, I can't remember the name of it, but it is a mounding. It's probably about 18 inches tall, I think, and it grows in a mound. So this morning I wanted to show you what the difference is. This is the Carl Forster one, and the Carl Forster one does have a little bit of pink coming up here. It's also in my garden. It's the very first one that actually shows some green coming on it already. The other 2 are later with their greenery coming out on them. All your grasses are going to be really hard to separate if you don't do it when they're sort of a medium size, I would say. I wouldn't wait for like years if you wanted to break them up to put them in other places in your garden. I wouldn't do that. Now, this one here, as I said, it's a little bit pink here, and the root system on this one is not as deep and as gnarly as this one is. This one is the Morning Light. Now, it also has little pink shoots. They're kind of dirty there, but they do have little pink shoots coming up on them. This one here I find is really, really hard to dig up if it's gotten very big. You're going to need a shovel, or you might need two delving forks, and you put them in, and you cross them like this, and then you pull on them, and that breaks them apart. If they're not very old, you probably could take a root knife or maybe the Hoya knife, and you can cut them. So that's what I'm going to do with these ones. I'm just going to cut this one to break them up. This one here is really, really tall, and it has it's like a pampas grass. It has silver plumes on it, and they come out, I would say, the first weekend in September is when the little plumes come out. They probably get about, I would say, 4 feet tall, and then you've got your blooms, your feathery little blooms, and that's why it's called Morning Light, because in the morning light they just shine and they're absolutely gorgeous. And the other one that I have is my little round mound, and it has fluffy little tails on it, and they have a little bit of pink on them. And this one here is quite easy. It has a different root system on it too. This one here goes down quite a bit, but it's not that hard to get it out of the ground and to break it. So if you're lucky enough that they're not very big, you can see that there's like 2 little crowns here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go like this, and I'm just going to gently try and pull them apart, and there we go. And so now I have 2 little guys. These grow quite quickly, so you'll have a nice mound probably within 2, maybe 3 years out of ones that are about this size. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about with your grasses is that leave the stems on them in the fall. A lot of the grasses, their stalks are hollow, and if you cut them off, then you're going to have all of the winter rain and all of that going down in there, and it's probably going to kill off your roots. So you don't want that to happen. Plus, they're really gorgeous in your gardens during the winter time. It gives another dimension there, and the birds love it in the springtime. Some of your grasses might have seeds on them, some of them may not. But in the springtime, what I do, or I should say what my husband does, is he takes the hedge trimmer to them, because it's really hard to get down there and get all of these little guys cut off, and that, especially if you have a few of them. So he just comes along even in the end of March, first of April, as soon as these are uncovered, he'll go out there with the hedge trimmer and he'll cut them back for me. And so that saves a lot of work. So I'm just going to do one more for the little bunny tail one. This is the round mound, so I'm just going to break this apart. There we go. So now I've got a few that I can share with the garden club members or have them for our plant sale. This one here, which is the morning light, this guy is the hardest one to get him separated. So if you do get a morning light and you want to separate him, I wouldn't wait any more than 2 years before you get in there and try and dig them out. And use your root knife or use your fork so that you can dig those in and pop them. That's the same thing that you can do with your hosta, because your hostas are all intertwined. All your crowns and their root systems are all intertwined. So if you go in there with the forks and then you pop them like this, it separates out the roots without breaking them all up and cutting them. So, well, I think that's it for right now, and I'm going to get out there and get a few more things dug up for our garden club sale. So have fun gardening. It's a great day out there. Bye for now.